Honkai Star Rail. It is so late at night, but I am literally like, hey, I need like one more video to get the next 10, I basically have 10 videos to edit. Well, this will be the 10th video to edit. And I just did 5, and since I only need one more for another 5 videos, I'm just gonna get this shit out of the way so that I can fucking get Kafka out of here and don't ever have to look at her again. I don't like Kafka.
Hi.
No.
You haven't changed a bit.
Well, you look better without makeup.
I'm sorry you have to see me in such a sorry state.
You look much better. The makeup actually makes you look ugly. Anyway, you don't look like you're in a sorry state.
Really? Well, that's good. I wouldn't want to affect your image of me. I didn't talk to you on the train because I knew you and I would get to talk alone here. Worth waiting for, don't you think? You seem to have a lot to ask me.
What did Fushin see?
Elio said he foresaw 3 questions, but they would be the same in essence. If I were to hear one of them, I would then tell you the objective of this trip in all its detail.
Not but literally the 3rd sentence, and you're already like, the script.
Since you asked one of the 3 questions, it means everything is going smoothly. Are you ready to hear my answer? Cienjo's Stellaron problem is not directly linked to us. But if you look at it from Elio's perspective, you can't say the Stellaron hunters are completely innocent. We foresaw all this long ago, but chose to remain indifferent until the time was right for us to get involved. Diviner Fu was surprised because she discovered 3 truths. 1. The Stellaron hunters are not enemies of the Cienjo. You know this now, though you refuse to believe it. 2. Someone else brought the Stellaron into the Cienjo and activated it. A result of both internal unrest and external aggression. Traitors on the Luofu and enemies from outside want to overthrow the Cienjo. The Master Diviner is in a hurry to find the General, presumably to inform him of this fact. However, that's all the Master Diviner knows, because Elio withheld key pieces of information from me. He foresaw the Divination Commission using the Matrix of Prescience against me. To guard against setbacks, he ensured that I knew only what he wanted the Cienjo Alliance to know in this moment.
You know, I think part of this is, I don't Persona did this to me as well. I don't like it when other people know something that I don't know, or know everything and I don't know it. I'm sitting here being like, well, why don't you, I'm gonna figure it out. But the game already has it so that other people already figured it out. So while I'm sitting there it's kind of like in Danganronpa, everyone's trying to figure out what happens. Yeah, you might have this one, Monokuma knows what happens, alright? Monokuma know who killed who. But that's the point. He's supposed to. And yeah, Elio is supposed to know everything that's going on, but I don't know. They're the enemies and I don't like them. It's not fun. And I don't know. I'm having a bitch moment here.
As for number 3, even in their wildest dreams, the Cienjo Alliance could never have guessed it. If the Stellaron hunters aren't the cause of all this, then why are Blady and I even here? We're here for you.
Well, you can't have me.
Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? It's no wonder Fushen doesn't believe it either. But the Matrix of Prescience doesn't lie. The answer is just that bizarre. The Stellaron hunters appearing here, Blady getting arrested, me being lured to the Matrix of Prescience. It was all to bring you, the Astral Express crew, to the Cienjo.
I do not like being strung around by the enemies and put onto your fucking deeds. If I'm gonna go save the world, sure, let me go save the world. Don't let me go save the world. I looked at the screen, saw her smug face, and got so mad. I'm looking away now. I do not like it when I'm trying to do my objectives, and you tell me this is all what the enemy wants. You are doing exactly what they wanted. You are following the path correctly. You were brought here because the enemy wanted you to, and even if you came here because you said, "Oh, let me go be a nice guy." The enemy is like, "Loser. You're doing it because I told you to. Is this really out of your own free will? Watch." Oh my god, Elio's gonna do that. He's gonna be like, "Have you really been doing things out of your own free will?" I hate that the most. That is my most annoying enemy type. I hate the enemies who know everything, string you along, sit back, make you do all their objectives for them. And that's pretty much what's going on here. And just because I hate them, means they're doing a good job. I know there is some dumbass out there who is totally saying, they're actually like really good characters. Yeah, they're good because they do their job at making me hate them.
In the future that Elio chose, the power of the hunt is indispensable. And that's why the Astral Express crew had to come to the Luofu and achieve something important for the Xianzhou. You had to establish a connection with the Alliance. And that's why I had to trick you into coming here. I needed you to meet the Luofu's general in person and to help him resolve the Stellaron crisis. I needed the Alliance to owe you a favor. That way, in the future, at the most critical moment, the Xianzhou will offer you their help.
And now that just makes me feel bad, because watch. Now it can also be this. The protagonist gets mind controlled. They aren't themselves. They call to the Xianzhou for help. And then we lead them all to die.
What do you think? Surprised? The notorious Stellaron hunters did all that just to make you a hero of the Xianzhou? Quite the plot twist, don't you think?
I think this is my own personal annoyance as well, is that the guys joke around that they do the hero thing too often, so that kind of gets on my nerves sometimes. And that's why every time I hear, when I'm playing as a character who's supposed to be the hero, and I hear, "Oh, you're quite the hero," I always pick the option that says, eh. Because I don't... It's a personal thing. What is this future you're talking about?
Like I said, Elio withheld key pieces of information from me. The future holds endless possibilities. Knowing the right thing at the wrong time could spoil all our hard work.
What's with Nanook being up there?
There is only one thing I can tell you about the future. In the best and the worst cases, you will eventually have to face Nanook the Destruction. And when that time comes, you will need all the help you can get. It will be a brutal struggle of Ionic proportions.
Alright, let me put my theory out here. Elio wants any type of Eon - God that could ultimately destroy things and get in the way of his plans of what I'm going to assume is try and rule the world with his destiny. Then you want to wipe out every single god that would destroy things, right? You want to follow destiny, but you want destiny to keep going on. So you gotta destroy things that destroy. Is that their plan? And he wants to use the hero, the protagonist, as his weapon, because he's too fucking bitch to do it himself.
Proportions that neither you, nor I, nor the Astral Express will ever be able to reach. In the vast majority of futures, that's when destiny ends. But if we follow Elio's plan, There may be a glimmer of hope on the horizon.
Uh,
You know, even eons can be killed.
yes, propagation was killed. I've looked at the swarm disaster. Thank you. In the meantime,
Hey, Lorcha. You didn't finish telling us about the propagation. Keep going, it's interesting. So, neons can die, huh? Weird. I thought they were invincible.
There is no true invincibility or immortality in the world. Such exaggerations are born of the perspectives of ordinary beings. Nonetheless, ordinary beings could not have orchestrated the fall of the propagation. That eon was slain at the hands of another eon.
I don't understand. They're all eons. Why do they want to fight?
Are you really from the Xianzhou? Other eons aside, surely you must know the story of Lan and Yaoshe. Isn't destroying the Eon Yaoshe the Alliance's cherished aim?
but Yaosha's abundance, that's healing. Why would you want to... Wait, if the hunt hates abundance, why do you even have doctors? Doctors are abundance. They heal. Abundance is good. Is it not? You'd think hunt would be bad. I don't understand.
Of course I know. Well, I know a little. My mom made me practice with swords all day. I didn't really go to school.
In that case, let's just change the subject. If you don't know about the feud between the hunt and the abundance, I'm afraid there's just too much to explain.
Fine. How's this for a subject? What's in the box?
A corpse.
Oh, this one? It's a casket, more commonly known as a coffin. It's for containing the remains of the deceased.
The deceased? Aren't you a merchant?
Yes, indeed. This is just part of my job. I was asked to deliver this coffin to the Xianzhou. Ah, I'd quite forgotten. For long life species, death is probably a distant concept.
Nope. The Cloud Knights spend a lot of time on the battlefield. Death is a common occurrence. It's just, we don't put bodies in boxes. Coffins. In the Xianzhou, people go to the Hall of Karma in the Ten Lords Commission and consecrate the names and jade abacuses of the dead. It's our way of saying goodbye. The Foxians and the Videodora have their own ceremonies. Foxian soldiers place their dead in star skiffs and then let them drift out into the stars. They call it the returning. As for the Videodora, they're more mysterious. They say that when a Videodora is very old or has a fatal injury, they turn into an egg that looks like a pearl. When the shell breaks, they come out looking young again. My mom calls the Videodora long scions. When I was young, she told me stories of how the Videodora could turn into dragons. I don't know if that's true.
It's true.
What do you know? Silent but deadly speaks.
Your mother is right. The Videodora are long scions. They are descendants of the Eon of Permanence. That was why some, but not all, could turn into dragons.
I guess the Eon of Permanence is dead too.
The power was a rare inheritance, passed down only to those who could successfully complete numerous rites and challenges. For the inheritor, it was hard to say whether it was a blessing or a curse.
Ah, I've heard the story of Long the Permanence and their descendants. Many myths and legends praise the Aeon for a rich and immortal life, but for some reason, the Aeon disappeared among the stars without a trace. Almost as if they had never existed, leaving only their descendants. Every life has its limit. Even the Eons are not truly immortal, and will eventually reach the end of their lives.
That'd be kind of crazy if you told me you have an Eon in that casket. As far as I know, if you're supposed to be Odo Apocalypse, that's just another Kellen inside that corpse. Inside that corpse. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Let me ask you one more question. Do you know the person in the coffin?
If that is Kellen Kaswana in the coffin, as has been her fate for a while until Odo in Honkai Impact 3rd tried to change it, then again, we're kind of dealing with a psychopath on our hands again.
Yes.
If you say she.
Friend?
No.
Okay.
So, a sweetheart?
Miss, whatever gave you that impression? The individual in the coffin is neither friend nor relative. We met
don't believe you.
only once. By chance, I made someone a promise, and so I have to run this errand.
I don't believe you.
Let's leave it at that, shall we? I think we've all had enough rest.
Okay.
Was that the wind?
No, it's not the wind.
For the furnace.
Jeez.
Nora struck.
It looks like someone's hurt.
Wait! Let's think before we act.
This will strengthen our position.
Silent but deadly. Locha, let's charge in together. If we take them out quickly, we can rescue the girl.
What happened to us letting you handle it?
I've only got 2 hands. Please, I'll wangle you a prize for your bravery or something when it's all over.
Enough. Let's go. I've no interest in conflict.
Want to see what I can do?
Come on, make your attacks.
Want to see what I can do? Dodge this!
Abyss flower, bloom.
Huh?
Eternal sleep.
The dead will return.
I'm sorry, I thought you did healing with that.
That which is seized must be repaid.
Let me through, or I'll go through you!
God, again, this song is so badass.
Allow me to...
Miss, are you okay?
What do you think?
Sorry, I didn't see any blood, so I thought you were okay. You're a puppet.
Oh, we've got puppets too? Of course.
My motor is broken. I can't move.
Is that Jenny Yokobori? Maybe?
Are you a Cloud Knight? Good. Take me to the Realm Keeping Commission.
Locha, silent but deadly. I'm afraid we have to delay things again. This lady is one of the judges of the Ten Lords Commission. As a Cloud Knight, I must prioritize her orders.
I mean, her outfit looks pretty fancy, but can I see her face to judge if she's gonna be a playable character?
I'm sorry. If I'd known, I wouldn't have got you to come with me. You'd probably be there by now if you'd gone by yourself.
I happen to have some medical knowledge. Perhaps I can treat the young lady's injuries?
It's a robot.
Well, it's just... she's a puppet. I think we should just take her to the Realm Keeping Commission.
You're not gonna put a little bit of the Resident Evil goop juice on the robot and think that her arm's gonna grow back. Because she's a robot, her arm wouldn't come back. Unless you snapped it back on with some wax tape.
Don't worry, Miss Sushang. Leave it to me. You might get an aching or numbing sensation, but it shouldn't be too painful. Do you think you can hold still?
It won't work. My body is mechanical, not flesh and blood.
Be it mechanical or organic, we're still dealing with composite substances. I just hope you'll tolerate my methods.
Curious.
How... oh, what kind of medical knowledge is this?
Abundance.
Very
Yeah.
good. We, no longer need to return to the Realm Keeping Commission. The mission continues.
Yep, playable character.
As a judge in the employ of the Ten Lords Commission, I am forbidden from interfering in the affairs of outsiders. However, seeing as you came to my aid, a word of advice. Leave as soon as possible. I came to address the root of our crisis by arresting a fugitive, a Stellaron hunter. This villain possesses exceptional swordsmanship and wields a divine weapon. They are extremely dangerous. If it hadn't been for a strange accident, my wake span might have been cut short.
Strange accident?
Come with me. I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, you're gonna cliffhanger me? Yep.
You know, even eons can be killed.
So your plan is to kill an Aeon?
Are you kidding? That's not what we want.
Yes, it is. Or it's you want the protagonist to absorb the power. You just want to make the ultimate weapon so you can't be stopped.
I just want to tell stories from the past. Stories about eons that have fallen.
What? This is like saying you want to build an entire corporation and then blow it up.
Lon the Permanence, Drilla the Beauty, Anna the Order, Tazeronth the Propagation, Akivili the Trailblaze. These names were once known all over the universe. And now they've all but disappeared, leaving behind only masterless paths.
Actually makes me wonder if they would add more paths into the game, but I think the paths we have in the game right now are mostly... they're the actual ones that deal with combat, or somewhat close to it.
Currently, there are 3 ways an eon can perish known to humanity. 1. Paths with overlapping concepts will eventually collide, and the broader path will engulf the narrower one. That's how Enna the Order was assimilated by Shipe the Harmony.
Why would Harmony just be killing Order? Well, actually, I guess it would make sense. Order would control, while Harmony would let them be free.
2. In a war between eons, the stronger side will annihilate the weaker one. That's how Tazeronth the Propagation fell. Under the guidance of the Hunt, the Cienjo Alliance travels the universe exterminating abominations cultivated by the Abundance.
What do you mean, abominations? Why would Abundance be creating abominations? If the whole thing of the Path of Abundance is to heal, this doesn't make any sense. Abominations is what came from propagation with the Swarm. And I guess it does make sense that the Hunt could destroy the Swarm, as they would completely hunt all of the Swarm down, no matter how many would crawl out of the woodwork.
So, The Cienjo, too, are engaged in this process.
Why does the Cienjo want to kill the Abundance?
As far as I know, the predecessors of the Alliance were the Elixir Seekers. They searched for Yaoshi and longed for the blessing of immortality. When they eventually found the Aeon, they received a blessing that did indeed prevent death, the Ambrosial Arbor. But immortality turned out to be a curse for the Cienjo. That's when the Hunt appeared, firing an arrow and felling the Ambrosial Arbor. Ever since, the Alliance has followed the Hunt in pursuit of Yaoshi, erasing the curse of immortality from the universe along the way.
So basically, the Cienjo just is tired of living forever and they just want to die. That's what you're telling me. They want to kill the Abundance just so there is death again. True death. Not just dying, coming back as another version of yourself. Not just dying because you were actually murdered. They want to die of old age again.
What do you think? Fascinating stories, no? They're the kind of stories that folks on the straight and narrow would never tell you.
What about the third way?
Hold on. Any minute now. It's begun.
Let me guess, Blade is here to rescue you. Oh, hell. That is not a rescue operation. Those didn't even hold her? Shit.
Let's go, Bladey. 2 more places to visit.
You telling me that emo motherfucker lets you call him Blady?
Did Kafka escape? How are we gonna explain this to the Master Diviner?
Where's the tree at? Oh, all the way over there.
If what she said is true, we won't have to explain anything.
Hey, did she brainwash you?
Huh. Well, great. How much time do I have? Okay, like 3 minutes. Alright, so we did what we needed to here. I got the footage I needed to get, and, well, a lot of stuff happened there. A lot of questions, and I think I might have the answers already. But at least Kafka is gone, and I don't think I need to worry about her for quite a while again. Which I hope I don't have to deal with any other Stellaron hunters. Except I'm pretty sure Blade's gonna keep around. How the fuck do you let yourself be called Blady? Oh yeah, I'm real scared of Blady. Alright, that's enough. I need to go to bed. This has been a day for me.
Cause every